Buongiorno, my friends. My name is Savina, and I have made this short video of the making of a medicinal syrup to share with you. I begin with some hot water and will be adding several herbs to make an infusion. Lemon balm that grows on my terrazzo in a big terracotta pot, as well as some fresh ginger, which I am breaking up into smaller pieces in a moment. My son came to me last night and told me that the young daughter of his language instructor was ill with pneumonia. I decided to get up this morning and make her medicinal syrup. While her mother has taken her to the doctor for medication, the syrup might help her cough and discomfort while she is recovering from pneumonia. The ginger, I discovered, was slightly too large, so I was breaking it up to make sure that it infuses well into the liquid. Ginger will help with the coughing and also with stomach upset. It's excellent for anything that has to do with pain in the digestive tract or in the lungs, and also it will make the infusion taste good. Obviously, the lemon balm is helpful for many things, especially for the immune system for children. I am adding some fenugreek seeds, which I have roasted. These seeds are excellent for breaking up the mucus which collects in the lungs or soft tissues, but must be roasted first to prevent a bitter taste. Since we will be making this for a small child, we want to make sure that it tastes very good, so she will take it. Finally, I will add some dried elderberries and peppermint that I collected last summer. We call this sambuca in Italy. Now I will let this simmer without boiling for several minutes and then turn off the heat to cover it for perhaps 15 minutes. But first, I will let it simmer for a few minutes. As you can see, the color becomes very rich and dark, which is what we're looking for. If you were making this at home, you could let it steep overnight or for several hours, but since I'm delivering the medicine this morning, I'm not going to let it steep so long. We will strain the herbs to get the nice infusion. You can do this with almost any herbal combination. The only question is whether or not the herbs will have their medicinal effect if you make them very hot. Some herbs have to be extracted cold. I have around 350 ml, almost 400, and I will bring it back to a boil and then add an equal amount of raw sugar. I like to use unprocessed demerara sugar as it contains nutrients, unlike highly processed sugars, but of course any sugar will work for syrup. And then finally, we will spend a long time boiling the syrup to evaporate the water so that we can make a thicker syrup. We want to reduce the liquid to about half to obtain a smooth syrup. Depending on how thick you wish the syrup to be, you could continue to reduce the liquid amount, but I like it to not be too thick for medicine, so it is easy to dissolve in tea or another drink. The most important thing when making the syrup in this stage is to never walk away from the pot, because if it gets too hot, it will boil over and then you will have a tremendous mess on your stove. Also, if you continue to let it boil, it could turn into candy. It's really good. I have had this happened once. And this is also a bit of a mess. Once we've made the syrup, we can pour it into a sterile bottle. I love to use the leftover grappa bottles from making tinctures because they are already sterile from the alcohol, but you could choose to use boiling water to sterilize them as well. After filling up my bottle, I will cap it and then seal it with a bottle cover to make sure the cap stays in place. I often use bottles with a swing top or screw lid, but the grappa bottles have just a wine cap, which can become displaced when the syrup cools and pressurizes the inside of the bottle. The seal that I use keeps it secure. After opening, the syrup should be put in the refrigerator for long-term storage so that it will not spoil. I hope this syrup will help the child feel better soon and that you enjoyed watching me make it for her. I hope you will join me again for my next video. A presto!